All right, hello, good morning, and happy Wednesday to you guys. This is Tarot Queen Jamila. Hold on a second. Hello? Yeah, yeah, because I'm seeing them off. Yeah. You on your way back? Okay, okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get in here. Just give me a moment. Okay. Hey, sweetie. All right, guys, I'm back. I apologize for that. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys, and this is going to be sort of brief. Okay, this is going to be sort of brief, and I want to talk to you guys about the subconscious mind and how it can affect your life. Um, and your subconscious mind, um, just to let y'all know what that is. Your subconscious, I'm sorry, your conscious mind commands and your subconscious mind obeys. Okay. So there's a difference between being in your conscious mind and being in your subconscious mind. Okay. Um, Now, understanding how the subconscious mind works, these are subconscious thoughts that will affect your behavior, that are consistent with your thoughts, your hopes, and your desires. Okay. Basically, the subconscious mind for most people, okay, for a lot of people, is an area of your mind that you can't control. This is an area of your mind that most people are not aware of. So basically, the meaning is concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings. And I've been doing a lot of research on this because I am a Cancer. Shout out to the Cancers. And the Cancers are all about the subconscious mind, all about the subconscious mind. Okay. When it comes to Cancers, that's why we are known as not only the High Priestess in the tarot deck, but also the Moon card. Now, when you think about this and you look at some of the behaviors of some people, that can actually be very scary. Okay, considering what could be in some people's subconscious mind. Okay. There is a difference between your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, but we're going to talk about the subconscious mind. Okay, because this is a doozy. And I've talked to you guys about this quite a few times. I've spoken with you guys about it. And it's very important. Now, the one thing that I call myself researching is, how does the subconscious mind develop? And I actually couldn't really find anything. And so instantly, what came to my mind was that it could be things that you have either seen, emotions that you have experienced throughout your life. I believe that the subconscious mind begins to develop when you're still in the womb. Okay. So, um, subconscious mind being thoughts, feelings, reactions, things that are in your mind that you're not aware of that affects your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, or just behavior, period. Um, if you have an understanding of that, then you can start to retrain your subconscious mind. And basically, what will happen is that you'll see a situation, and then instantly you can react to it, and you may react to it negatively, positively, or indifferent. Okay. And so this can be extremely dangerous because a lot of people's subconscious minds are programmed a certain way. Okay. When you have a person that is totally in their subconscious mind and they're doing stuff, you could have a lot of disastrous behavior. And you can tell, how can you tell that somebody, because most of the time people hold what in their subconscious mind? They hold fear in their subconscious mind of whatever. It could be fear of whatever. It can affect your life in general, your money, your love life, whatever area of your life, whatever it is, your entire existence, your entire being can be affected by the subconscious mind. I'm going to give you guys some examples. I just recently dealt with some people, and I've been dealing with people. We all deal with people. We all deal with people that have subconscious behavioral patterns that they are not aware of. And the way that you can really tell that they're not aware of these things is if they complete an action against you and you react, because there's a lot of people that are willing to go into your subconscious mind with you. Okay. And when a person does something to you, and it could be either right or wrong or indifferent, what we tend to do is react. And that person that is being controlled by their subconscious thoughts and behaviors and fears, what they typically will do is they will react by being aloof. This is what gives us the existence of gaslighting. You ever have somebody do something to you, and then you react, and they go, "Oh my God, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I can't believe that you're reacting this way. What did I do?" And they won't know what they did, or they won't have the understanding or the consciousness that what they have done was wrong, right, towards you. I'm going to give you an example. You start dating somebody, right? And you haven't done anything really but dated somebody. Okay. And either one person or several people that are all in their subconscious fears, living within the subconscious mind and exhibiting subconscious behaviors. What they will do is they will react with anger, jealousy, rage, or sadness. And you're thinking, Well, wait a minute, I didn't even do anything. All I did was made my choices for my life. Why are you cursing me out? And this is when the victim playing will start, to where, all of a sudden, because of because of an action that you took that did not affect them directly at all. When you think about it, okay, your actions, and in particular as an adult, if it does not affect them directly, why are they reacting? The reason why they are reacting is because of deep subconscious thoughts, feelings, fears, behaviors, memories. Let me give you another example. You get a really, really good job. You get a really, really good job. And then all of your friends react with jealousy, hatred, and rage. Okay. And you're sitting there thinking, why are they doing that? Now, somebody that is conscious is going to, go on with their life, go to work, do whatever they got to do. And you're not going to pay any attention to those people that are hating, right? Somebody that is still very in their subconscious mind is going to get afraid, and they're going to be thinking, okay, well, I'm going to lose all of my friends, so I'm going to go ahead and just sabotage it. So there's many, many different levels of how your subconscious fears, and I should have put subconscious fears. Okay. I should have put subconscious fears in there. Okay. I'll get to your question in a minute, Mitchie. That's a very, very good question. Thank you for asking that question. People that tend to have a lot of subconscious fears create a lot of pain and devastation in other people's lives. I mean, guys, literally, all I did was fell in love with a man, and I was threatened. I was told that I was going to be beat up, killed. Literally, all I did was fell in love with a man, and I was threatened. And the person that threatened me actually played victim, is still playing victim. Even though my relationship with this person does not directly affect this person at all. And when you watch people react that way, it is very, very interesting, because literally you haven't done anything. All you did was lived your life. But for some reason, this person that is dealing with all of these subconscious fears feels the need to judge, attack, and sometimes even physically assault. You haven't done anything to them. But in their mind, you have, because they have subconscious fears. And here's the thing. I literally listened to this person speak about me as if I was a horrible person, when literally all I did was reacted to his subconscious mind. I reacted with defense by defending myself. And this person just attacked me for months. I had not done anything directly to this person, but this person walks away and talks about me as if I'm a disgusting demonic person. But in reality, this person started this with me. And this is how a lot of issues and problems get started within your relationships. This can lead to career issues. This can lead to financial issues. This can lead to health problems. It can lead to a lot of stuff. And it can affect you negatively if you are consistently walking within your subconscious fears. Now, if you notice, you'll notice people doing things that make no sense. You're like, well, why is this person doing that? That is because they have subconscious fears, and these behaviors, they are not aware of it. They are totally unaware of what they're doing. This is why a lot of people will say, this person is not conscious. It's almost like you're asleep. And there are some people that live day in and day out in their subconscious mind. It's very heartbreaking when you see people going through that, because they will thrust themselves onto you, right? They will. So a lot of people will say that it's narcissism. But see, you can't necessarily diagnose narcissism with just that one thing, because we know that the classic thing that narcissists do is they complete an action totally out of fear, and then they blame it on you. Either they blame it on you or they don't acknowledge it. And the reason why is because they cannot consciously deal with that. And see, this is where we have to go deep inside the mind of a person. You see what I'm saying? You have to go deep inside of the mind of a person and really, really observe, their behavioral patterns, especially if it's somebody, because guys, y'all look, I'm just gonna keep it real. Y'all know I deal with a lot of stalkers. Y'all know I deal with a lot of people that seem to point all of their problems, and this is when people that do that, they seem, and I'm going to go into your question, Mitchie, because it's a very good question. As far as with empaths, this is where the empath comes in. So this is where the person that is totally living within their subconscious fears, all of their behaviors, all of their actions, all of their words, all of their thoughts is based upon their subconscious mind. And see, especially when you have somebody that is programmed with a lot of subconscious fears. And see, a lot of us are taught that. For example, let's say that you know that your child is leaving the state and you scared, right? First thing you think is, oh my God, something's going to happen because the kid is not going to be right here with me. So what a lot of people will do with their subconscious mind is they will start to curse the child with their thoughts and their words and their actions. So instead of them being intelligent and being in their conscious mind and maybe going and getting some protection around the child, or because if I knew that my child was going on some travels, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some protection around them, and I'm going to light a candle. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit and fret about it. I'm going to do something about it. But many of us are not taught that. So, they don't teach witchcraft in school. So everybody isn't a witch. So there's a lot of people that are walking around totally in fear. And yeah, there's danger out there, absolutely. But if it's a fear that is totally out of this world, to the point where what you'll do is, even when the situation is not dangerous, you'll start to make it dangerous for yourself and for others, right? That's what ends up happening. There are a lot of people that have subconscious fears about money, subconscious fears about love, subconscious fears about what people think of them, how people view them. And the mind is very, very fragile. Very fragile. It really is. When you look at the conscious mind includes such things as perceptions, sensations, memories, feelings, and fantasies inside of our current awareness. Okay, that's the exact definition of that. Okay, which subconscious and unconscious is totally different. Subconscious, in my opinion, is sort of beneath the unconscious mind, even because subconscious behaviors or subconscious thoughts are areas of your mind that cause you to react and you don't even know how you're reacting. You won't even be, and see, this is where self-awareness comes in, right? Now, Michi asked a very good question. She said, us Cancerans are natural empaths. Is it possible that empaths can play out other people's subconscious emotions and behaviors like being a catalyst? I think that we can definitely react to people's subconscious emotions. We're all human. If we were not human, we would not react. So as far as being empathic, especially, so yeah, that could happen, which is really bad. If you're doing that, that's really bad for you to play out other people's subconscious emotions. It can happen, you know what I'm saying? But it's always important for you to stay in your mind. Now, if, like I said, because I'm the type of person to where, and I've went through like a growth spurt in the past 72 hours when it concerns that. Okay, because for me, I don't want to other people's subconscious emotions and behaviors. In fact, that's one of the things that I have worked very hard to deal with. And it does take practice, especially if you are an empath. And see, empaths have to have guidance. Empathic people have got to have guidance. Otherwise, they will do that, Mitchie. They will do that. So that was a very, very good question. As far as like if somebody has something in their subconsciousness and can you pick up on it? Absolutely. That would go more so into telepathy though, if you're a telepath, because typically telepaths and empaths are very, very similar. The only difference is that everybody that's an empath is not necessarily a telepath. Because I think that if you're telepathic, it can be a little bit more overwhelming because not only are you picking up on their emotions and your feelings, but then you can hear what they're thinking. So you have to learn your own mind and know and be able to separate their thoughts from your thoughts. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So the subconscious mind can be a very, very scary place. And it can be very, very scary for other people, especially when you have certain people that want to have control over others. People that typically have to control others have a lot of deep subconscious fears. And there is a way of retraining your subconscious because I feel as though when somebody is locked into their subconscious, they can't get out. And it's a very, very scary place for them. So then everybody around them has to suffer. because they're totally in their fears of whatever it is. And it can be, I mean, there's so many different, thing, different areas, and it just depends on the person. For example, if you have a very controlling individual, if you have a very abusive individual, if you have somebody that is a very unhappy individual, okay? I believe that a lot of your subconscious mind develops during your childhood. So, especially if you've had any abuse in your childhood, that's what typically can mess people up, especially if your your mother or your father was abusive to you as a child. Okay. Now, if you may see some things or whatever, if you may see things that aren't that aren't very good experiences, those are still not as bad as if you suffered from some sort of emotional, physical, or sexual abuse from your parent. That can be very devastating. But there have been a lot of people who have literally healed their mind from that, because that's really the only way you're going to heal. Oh, Mom, I'm not going to come down here to see you. Nobody going to come all the way down here to see you. You're not coming. I'll call her in a minute. So here's the thing, you guys. This is what I want to tell you guys about. Most of the time, when you have somebody that's living in their subconscious mind and they have a lot of fears, you can run across people and you can make a lot of enemies. You can make enemies that are sometimes witches, or you can make enemies that can sometimes have close ties with the police or judges, a lot of different associations when you're just, going around with these weird subconscious behaviors. And this can be very dangerous for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people that are walking within that and they don't really have an understanding, and they're not even aware of what they're doing. And there are subconscious triggers as well. Okay. Triggers usually come out of some sort of chaotic situation. It is very heartbreaking. There are a lot of people that will try to trigger you purposely just so that they can get you to do something stupid, either to yourself or other people. You have to be very careful and learn to master your own mind. If you have obsessive compulsive behaviors, these are things that are coming from the subconscious mind. Okay. So retraining your brain can be something that takes a lot of effort. I know that for me, when I do those spiritual aura etheric cleanses, I really do. A lot of times, if I have a client that needs a subconscious mind flush, okay, that can happen. I've actually only had it happen a few times, and it's actually very scary when it does happen because the person can be in a rage against you, well, against me as the practitioner. And like I said, usually they'll come back and they'll say, I'm sorry, they'll and that's how I know that what I've done worked. Because if they go along and they say, oh, well, this person did me wrong. You ever see somebody that's always saying somebody did them wrong? Everybody bad. Everybody did you wrong. But see, a lot of those people are not actually consciously aware of what they did to bring that about. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, what could I have done different in that situation so that it didn't turn out that way for me? What could I have done to make that situation better? What could I have done? When we get there. Okay. So people are a lot of the vindictive behaviors, a lot of the abusive behaviors, those are actually coming. Hey, Rochelle, hi. A lot of those are coming from the subconscious mind. Even addictive behaviors are coming from the subconscious mind. Sometimes it just depends on what it is. Okay. Especially if you, the one thing that I've noticed about, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. Subconscious blockages. Many of you have those. Okay. This is one of the number one things that I remove when I am doing a spiritual cleanse or when I'm doing a money unblocker. Okay. It just depends on what the situation is because there are some people, they can meditate, they can do whatever, but some people are just being blocked and it just depends on what it is. So you just don't want to guess at it. You want to actually find out what it is. But many times it's a subconscious blockage. And typically what's wrapped around that blockage is fear. Okay. Your subconscious mind, if you don't get it in check, and if you don't get it in check soon, it can screw up your life. You'll be walking around essentially a zombie. I'm serious. And then when certain things begin to trigger you, those things can be disastrous because you have to remember, especially when you're dealing with things like somebody's kids or somebody's money or somebody's husband or somebody's wife, you can end up getting yourself hurt like that. You can't just go around attacking people's money, children, lives, loved ones, those things, those so everybody isn't just a hater. Everybody tries to simplify everything. Oh, this person just a hater, this person just hating. But what is really going on subconsciously with that person? Why are they hating? Why are they doing that? You see what I'm saying? And most people have a fear of not being good enough. People have a fear of being judged. People have a fear of whatever. Okay. I think it's very interesting, the human mind and the way that it works. And Mitchie is exactly right, because it is very easy for empathic people to play out other people's subconscious emotions and behaviors. Absolutely. However, there is a difference between that and defending yourself. Because if you're in a place where you need to defend yourself, you got to defend yourself. Okay. So it, and see, this is where it can get pretty bad. It can get pretty bad for a lot of people, because they will um, be doing something that can affect someone else negatively, and it's going to result in something negative happening to yourself, period. Usually, a lot of people that are deep in their subconscious like that, and that love you. I love you too, baby. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna mute real quick. Okay, guys, I'm back. Look, not being in control of your subconscious behaviors, that can get you messed up. I've seen people, lose their lives, go to prison, go to jail, um, fines, warrants, house arrest, you know, everybody, everybody hating them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just, nobody can deal with them. It's kind of like, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you want to be a witch, you can't you can't have subconscious fears if you're a witch. Eventually it'll get the best of you. So you've got to be in control of your mind. Okay, not just your mind, but your body and your spirit, but both of those things follow. Okay, both of those things follow. So if you are a person that has a lot of subconscious fears, and those subconscious fears cause you to react, and you hurt your loved ones and you hurt the people that you care about, get you some spiritual help. Because in my opinion, um, psychiatry can definitely help. It can. But I think getting inside of the mind more so, and being honest with yourself and saying, hey, what I did was wrong. And you've got to take a really, really, really good look at yourself. Just like what Michael Jackson said, let's take a look at the man in the mirror. And that's the truth. You got to look at the man in the mirror, and the man in the mirror is yourself. What am I doing to create this misery in my life and everybody else's life? What am I doing? Why do I feel the need to judge, cuss, act a fool, get angry and upset because somebody else is dating somebody that is totally unrelated to me? So this is why you got people in social media that will attack and get violent and get upset unfairly to people that they don't even know. Imagine the people that know that person. Imagine what happens in that scenario. And the subconscious mind is a bad mother, shut your mouth. It is. Because it will have you repeating these behaviors over and over and over again. And see, the tarot is perfect. Whoever created the tarot, deserves an award and needs to be rich. I'm pretty sure that they are rich, okay? Especially if you can master the tarot. So that's when we get into the Judgment card, which, by the way, is related to the Scorpio. And I believe also it might be the Aries. I'll have to check that. I know that the Judgment card is related to the Scorpio. And when you think about the Scorpio, that's another water sign that people don't really like to mess with, because Scorpios can tap into your subconscious so quick and have you fearing for your life, and you don't even know what done happened to you. Okay, I'm telling you. And I figured that out. I figured out that a lot of my enemies are just really scared of me. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it. Let me see what the zodiac sign association is with that. I know it's Scorpio, but it's another one. Scorpio, Cancer. Yep, Scorpio and Cancer is what the judge. So there's 3 cards that's related to the Cancer. Scorpio, I'm sorry, the Judgment card, the Judgment, the High Priestess, and the Moon card. So this is the reason why a lot of people have a lot of issues during the full moon, because when that moon is full, that's when your subconscious mind is going to kick in. And that's when folks get to acting really crazy. Okay. So if you ever see somebody acting crazy, they may be dealing with their subconscious fears. And then if you see somebody reacting to them, they may be in a defense mechanism, because I'm a Cancer. Cancers are represented by the crab, can be very defensive people. Okay, it's just our nature. Okay. All right, and I'm one of the sweetest people that you'll ever meet. There's a lot of people that, they want to bring out that ugly side of you, which has to come out sometime. Otherwise, people will just walk all over you. And that's real talk. People will just walk all over you if they think you're a nice person. They think you're not going to defend yourself. Now, I'm sorry, years and years and years of back and forth. Nah, we're not going to do that. Don't ever do that. Okay. You'll drive yourself crazy. You end up being just as crazy as those people that walk around in their subconscious angry and upset, and they don't know why they're so angry and upset. But you can figure that out, and there's no judgment over here. Not in that way. Okay. And you know what? The only time I judge people is if I have tried to reach them and they can't be reached. If I can't reach you and you wasting my time and my energy and you causing me problems, then I won't have nothing to do with you. Okay, that's how I am. So I think this is a very interesting discussion. I am going to discuss this in depth a lot more about the subconscious mind. I think it's very important for you guys to understand yourselves, because that is really and truly the only way that people can be helped. And see, since I am a Cancer, and if you guys want to go, I always post my reviews or in the post. You know how we can post stuff on YouTube now. So there was a review that I got just recently from the website, and you can actually go to the channel if you guys want to look at all of the stuff that I have posted. But if you go to community, there is one in particular. There's a couple on here that are very good examples of how, I can tap into somebody's subconscious mind. And I did a reading for somebody, guys. It was so frustrating, but I can't let myself get frustrated. And I just could not reach this person. I just could not do it. And it was a male. I kept trying to explain to him over and over again because he kept asking me, why did this negative event happen? And I kept saying, well, it is because it is meant to teach you something. What is it meant to teach you? It's meant to teach you to not react so violently, to care more about yourself. Okay. And I just couldn't reach him because, by the end of the conversation, he just would not accept it. And see, sometimes you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Okay. And that takes cleanses. You have to get the cleanses. And I kept telling him, hey, you need a cleanse. A lot of people, when I offer a cleanse after a reading, they kind of think, well, you're just trying to get more money out of me. No, I'm trying to help you. Because, if you don't do it, then you'll walk around within your subconscious mind, and that can be very dangerous. Okay. And we know that a lot of people do that. Okay. Typically, this is where you'll see a person, they may either be all negative all the time, or maybe even all positive. The subconscious mind doesn't always have to be negative, it can be positive as well. Okay. I am going to discuss it more. I kind of need to get some rest because I've been up working and stuff and, dealing with family and stuff like that. So schizophrenia would definitely be one that, yeah, there is definitely a link between mental illness and the subconscious mind. It is. And this is the reason why there's some people, if they hear certain things, it will bother them because they won't necessarily feel comfortable. So there's like frequencies and stuff that you can listen to. There's cleanses that you can get. I do a lot of different cleanses for a lot of different people with schizophrenia, people with bipolar, people with multiple personalities. So I don't discriminate against nobody. I'm not afraid of any of it. Okay. I'm not, but like I said, we're going to get into this discussion a little bit more later. I've got some things that I got to deal with right now. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys need a private reading, the link to my website is below. I do, you guys have to ask me what it is that you want though. Because you may need for me to read your subconscious mind, but you may not know that you need to ask me. And I'm not going to always just know that that's what you need. I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to, look, if I knew everything, I'd probably be half crazy. So you just have to ask me, like, Jamila, read my subconscious mind. What's going on in there? Why is this happening to me? Because there's a lot of people, they can have negative situations happen. And they'll have no idea how they got in that situation. And it's okay because everybody needs help. Everybody. Even I need assistance sometimes, even I need help to, kind of, it's not too often though. I'm just one of those type of people that I'm not afraid to not have a bunch of friends and stuff. It's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that still seem to think that having a whole bunch of friends means something. And I do have a lot of friends. My clients are my friends. Hi, Laura. How are you? My clients are my friends. So if you guys need to reach me for those kind of readings, I don't mind doing those readings. My readings are 100% confidential. Hey, just like if you were to go see a therapist or something, and I'm beyond that because a lot of people, I think priests are sworn to secrecy. I think psychologists are the ones that have to, but just, yeah. So let me not get into that. But make sure that you click that bell notifier because I am going to be coming to you guys because I just posted this there is a golden asteroid that could make everyone on Earth a billionaire. Remember, guys, I kept telling y'all that I could see that. And so, people will say, oh, she's having delusions of grandeur. But it's so weird how this asteroid is headed towards the Earth with massive quantities of gold, iron, and nickel. Okay. This is an asteroid that I think they're going to begin in the year 2022. They're going to start harvesting it, and you can too. Did you see that, Live Like Well? Isn't that exciting? And you know what? I could see that money coming. And, among other monies, but it's already here, to be honest with you. I feel like we're already, it's already here. I'm just telling y'all. But it says, the article says, whether it was the Big Bang, Midas, or God himself, we don't really need to unlock the mystery of the origins of gold when we've already identified an asteroid worth 700 quintillion in precious heavy metals. So this is actually, I guess, headed towards the Earth or somewhere out in the atmosphere. And they say that they're going to start harvesting, or it's going to be here in the next 3 years. So I'm actually going to get into this a lot more deeper. I will be talking about this because I don't know what it was. I normally don't read these articles, and I was just scrolling down looking for something else. And I saw it and I was like, wow. So this is going to be the 21st century gold rush. Okay. So a lot of y'all that got subconscious fears of money, y'all better get over it. And I would like to take some credit for it, because I do quite a lot of process. All witches should, all of us should, because we've actually been, especially if you go beyond Earth to work with money. I definitely go to the universe for that. So I think that's going to be very interesting. So we'll talk about that as well. So click the bell notifier, and I'll come back probably in a couple of days and talk about it. I want to do more research on it, and I'll also do a reading on it. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Have a happy Wednesday. Love and light. Okay. And peace and blessings to y'all.